of people that I didn't really care for was excellent. Iron Maiden was not one of my favorite bands, but the story of Iron Maiden was really cool. Jackson 5. Def Leppard was one of my favorite ones because I always loved Def Leppard. Even Skid Row, who I didn't really like the band, it was a great story. That singer was freaking weird and off the wall, and they couldn't control him, and that made it interesting to me.
I'll watch as many as I can get in with my schedule and
Yeah, I
have a
mean,
couple weeks.
hopefully
We'll have
they
a couple
don't.
weeks.
Hopefully they don't drop them, but I have a feeling they're going to drop them because they dropped the first two seasons, so they're probably going to drop the second two seasons. Even the Mamas and Papas in season 2 were really pretty good. But I might be able to find them again because I think they're on the logo that comes up at the end of them is Reels, and they have an internet channel, so it might be on there. I really like doing the stuff like this because it's really kind of different to concentrate on one thing for a period of time. So, maybe if I told them that I want them to stay, they'll get it back. I've got all that clout. Well, the keyboard fell again. Ugh. But anyway, yeah, I think that covers them pretty good. What? So your favorite Heart song?
Dreamboat Amy.
Um, for me, that one's a tough one because the ones that they hit with were really good. Um, I'm going to say Barracuda's a cop out. I mean, I could say Barracuda and that would be a good one, but Heartless was a really good song too. Dog and Butterfly, I love that song. It used to make me cry. I would say Dog and Butterfly because Dog and Butterfly was a good song.
I tell you, well, if you really want to know my favorite, it's Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, but
Their
that's
cover
not
of that,
that's
their
not theirs.
cover of that was they hit everything.
You know what?
It
I,
was,
I think
it's like
I think Straight On to You was probably their
Straight
best.
On to You is great
Yeah, I
too.
love that song. The ones that I love, the ones that were hits, I think I like them all. Not all the same, but they were pretty. The ones that hit were really good, and the ones that didn't hit were okay. So I don't think I liked. There's very few bands though that I liked from beginning of the album to the end of the album. Pink Floyd had a couple that I liked from beginning to, and actually Pink Floyd had such a weird story because of Roger Waters that didn't we did them last week, right?
Yeah, we did this
Yeah,
last week.
yeah. Um, that's one of the few bands that I actually listen to stuff beginning to end. A lot of bands, they have albums, and I just, I like one or two songs, but uh, yeah. Um, Actually, funny enough, while I was watching that heavy metal thing, on the marquee on one of the slides was Kicks, and it's funny because they're a Maryland band, and I don't think they weren't talking about Kicks, but I saw it on the marquee, and I thought, oh, that's cool, a local band or a semi-local band because they were in Maryland, so that was kind of cool. So, all right, let's move on to something else. What do we got? I guess I'm moving over to the regular news, unless you got something else.
I got a couple things.
All right, let's do yours. Let's do what you got.
All right, these are silly things, Mike. Nothing serious
I
this
like
week.
I like silly things
Okay, so let's do this here.
because we're not
My
supposed to be
computer will work.
we're not allowed to
What's
be
the world's?
we're not
Go ahead.
allowed to be we're not allowed to be serious.
Okay, no serious this week. The world's best-selling fast food item. What do you think is number one?
Fries.
Yep, McDonald's French
Is it?
fries.
Oh, I was just kidding. I just thought I thought well, let's pick something that's yeah
And then it's Burger King Whopper.
really that's number two.
Yep, That's number two. And then Dairy Queen Blizzard,
Oh,
which my
yeah.
wife and I stopped today for a blizzard.
I have had two of those in the past year, and that's because Christine loves them. And while I'm there, I I um, I get one just to make her not feel bad.
If Dairy Queen was closer, I'd weigh 400 pounds.
Ours isn't too bad, isn't too far away, so I could be in trouble. So I'm glad we don't go to that too often because, well, especially this time of year. But yeah, I love the Reese's Pieces Blizzard.
Mine's Oreo cookie.
Mm,
So then four is Chick-fil-A chicken
Chick-fil-A.
sandwich,
Okay, we have them around here, but they're on the West Shore, so I don't usually go to that. But I love their food.
and then Taco Bell Crunch Wrap Supreme,
You know, we lost our
number
Taco
five.
Bells. I don't think we have a Taco Bell in East Shore anymore. So
They got them around here
I
all
kind of
over the
miss it
place.
because it was a cheap way to eat, and their tacos were okay. Every once in a while, I get that hunger for a taco. So yeah, okay.
Okay, how about this, Mike? 6 times you shouldn't shower.
You shouldn't shower.
Right.
When you
When your
have
skin is irritated.
you shouldn't shower when it's irritated.
Yep, shouldn't shower when your skin is irritated.
Okay.
What's another one you think?
Open wounds.
Well, that's probably good. It's not on the list, but that's
Okay,
pretty
that
good.
was the first thing I
Now,
thought
this
of.
is something you do all the time,
Something I do all the time.
and you shouldn't take a shower for it. It's after waxing.
It's what after waxing?
After waxing.
Oh, I hate waxing, man. That hurts. After wax? Well, I guess because your pores are open, right?
Your pores are open.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that would make sense.
During a thunderstorm,
Yeah, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
and here's another thing you do all the time. I know you do this, right?
Kissing
After
babies.
cosmetic appointment.
Well, you should take your makeup off before you go in the shower, I think.
After a meal.
Why?
You should wait
Wait a
30
minute.
minutes.
Let me ask you. Why after cosmetic?
Because you get sprayed. It's like spray on tan.
Oh, okay, okay. That's okay. That's different than what I was thinking. Okay.
And then it's after a meal
After a
because of
meal?
blood flow. You divert blood flow from your stomach to the rest of your body, then you do not.
Huh.
And
All
now
right.
here's something, Mike. This goes against all common sense.
Okay.
All right? After a workout.
Huh. Why?
After a workout, you should wait 30 minutes at least following a workout.
All right, I'll do that. Oh yeah, I don't work out, so it wouldn't be too hard. Really? After a workout? What? Well, I would think
After a
that I
workout.
would. I'm really surprised about that. Huh.
Okay, these are 5 foods that people used to eat
Okay.
for breakfast.
All right.
Granola cereal. Now, I think that's making a comeback.
Granola.
Granola
Okay,
cereal.
so is it good to eat granola cereal or isn't it?
It's good to eat granola cereal, but it went out of favor.
Okay.
Now, I didn't even know this was a real food because it's a derogatory statement. Okay? If you
Okay.
call somebody this, you're calling them effeminate, right?
Okay.
And the item is milk toast, but it's a real thing. It's bread with poured mixed in with milk.
I've heard of it, but I've never realized that it was derogatory.
You call somebody milk toast, it means they've got a limp handshake or they're effeminate.
Well, what if they do? What if they do?
Then you call them a milk toast.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that a problem? Is someone gonna punch you for saying that?
Well, milk toast wouldn't because he's effeminate.
But he would slap
Might
you.
slap you.
He would.
Might slap you. Yeah. Now here's something you never believe it would be eaten for breakfast.
Okay.
Pork and beans
No, I
used to
wouldn't.
be a
I wouldn't.
favorite with eggs.
Yeah, you don't want to do that in the morning because then you're going to be farting all
No.
day.
Here's another breakfast cereal, not cereal, breakfast meal
Okay.
that's really odd. Codfish.
Ah,
Now,
yeah,
I eat codfish, but I would not eat it for breakfast.
yeah. That doesn't sound like a morning thing, huh?
Well, that's what I got for you today.
Well, what about pizza? You don't have pizza on there.
Well, that's pretty common, Mike. I eat pizza for breakfast still.
Okay, I don't feel so bad then. I eat French bread pizza uh, a couple times a week for breakfast because it's got your bread category, got your cheese category, and you got your vegetable category. So you got three categories taken with that.
That's right, of the pyramid.
And if you have meat, you know, you got the. I was thinking about this when we were kids. Things are a lot different now than when we were kids for food wise. So when we were kids, they would say they cut up a pig. Okay, you got your ham, you got your pork, and then now you got and your bacon, of course. But now you got they sell everything of that pig, everything. I used to buy pig bones, like little bones from the pig, and I'd give them to my dogs. And like I'd pick them up for $4 for $1 when I first started buying them. Do you realize they're charging like $2 for $10 now? I'm thinking, what? Why is it so much for the pig? And then think about there's now bacon bits. They take they make bacon, but now they take every little piece of that bacon and they sell it, everything. And with the bacon or with the pig, they sell us pig ears for the dogs.
Yeah, I get pig ears sometimes
Every
for my dogs.
every piece of that pig is used now.
Yep.
And the same with pretty much the cow and so much. I just can't. I just never really thought about that till recently, to the past year or so, that every bit of piece of that pig or cow or whatever is being used for something else. I remember when I was a kid, they had pigs in a blanket, and or they had they stuffed the pig the stomachs, or was that cow? Maybe it was cow.
That's called a hog maw.
Yes, and I
first
never would
time-
eat it. I wouldn't eat it because I thought it was disgusting.
The first time, Mike, I went to Patty's house for dinner, they served hog maw,
Oh,
and I had never eaten it before.
I remember it because my mom used to make it, and I hated it. I couldn't even look at it. It's just disgusting stuff. So we as human beings will eat anything.
Yes, we will.
That's sad. So it's a sad world. But hey, that's why we're human beings, I guess.
That's why we're human beings. Eat anything.
So
My dad would eat cow tongue.
oh, I remember those too. I couldn't imagine. I don't want to know what it is. If you give it to me,
It's a cow tongue. It's a real
I know,
cow
but I'm saying if you gave it to me and didn't tell me what it was, you might get me to try it. But once you tell me what it is, forget it. I'm not going anywhere near it.
Well, in my refrigerator right now is deer chili, and I have to eat it because my son-in-law made it.
Okay, well, deer. I mean, I've had.
I don't like wild game, so
Yeah.
that's my problem. It isn't that I'm averse to eating deer; it's that I don't like wild game. I
Yeah.
like my New York strip and bacon.
I understand that. I've really gotten away from eating a lot of red meat. I don't even eat steak. It's not that I don't like it. It's just, it just. I'd rather
Well,
have.
I live on bacon because my wife likes bacon. And
I like bacon. Bacon's good. I think I like. I mean, It's weird because I like things like hot dogs, but I don't want I don't really necessarily like. I don't dislike steak, but I don't know. I just when I was younger, I could eat a big like a giant. There's a place down the street here, the Glass Lounge. They make
Oh yeah, that's right down where I live.
yeah.
Used to
You would
live
know that
where I
place.
grew up.
They
The
used
Glass Lounge has great steaks.
and I used to get the biggest steak they had there, and Pam and I used to sit there and eat that thing, and we'd be like, bring it on, and they had big steaks, and but now I just like if I go in there, I might get ribs, but I don't eat that much steak. It's you know I guess my tastes have all changed. Um,
Well, now I prefer seafood to steak.
I love seafood, love seafood. I got spoiled where I worked because they used to take us out and let us choose whatever we wanted to eat when we went out. And I would have steak, I would have seafood, I would have crabs. I remember the first time I actually had lobster, and they brought us the whole lobster. They didn't just bring us a lobster tail.
Yeah,
And
you have to know what to eat, what not to eat,
you can eat everything if you wanted to,
except the lungs.
except what?
The lungs.
Deluxe?
They tell you not to eat lung.
The lungs. That's a delicacy to some people.
Is it?
Yeah, I wouldn't eat it, but but they even like eat the feces out of it, the green stuff out of it. And
No, I scraped that away.
I am just happy eating the claws and eating
Yes.
the white meat, if you will. But yeah, I mean that place it's spoiled me for food because I went from eating like whatever the cheapest thing you could buy when I went out to actually eating the good stuff. I mean, when we went out to eat steak or whatever, what we eat? We went out to the rib place with Rob.
Smoky bones.
No, the what was it called? It was I don't know. Red. Red is what it was called. Red.
Oh, that's right. Red.
Yeah. That kind of place. When I was younger, I would have gotten the cheapest. My palate's changed, so I can now afford to. What the world? We just lost our signal. I think. Hold on. Let me see if we're still on. Oh, we're still feeding the feed. So, okay, it's back on. But yeah, I mean, I've gone from buying the cheapest thing on the menu to buying whatever I want. I don't, you know. And I actually shocked my partner last week when we went out to eat with this guy that's going to be our new partner, and he had his friend there too, and I picked up the bill and paid it all off, and they're like, "Well, I was going to pay for that." I said, "Yeah, you snooze, you lose." It's like I'm not the same.
There's this really classy restaurant in town. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it has Japanese steak.
Oh,
And it has a name. Remember?
is it in Pennsylvania?
It was $300
Oh,
for a fillet.
oh, that's okay. I don't think I'd pay that for it.
And my son-in-law picked up the tab.
Oh, well, then I
It
would.
was 8 of us. It was 8 of us. We
Wow.
all had this. And it was the best piece of meat I've ever had. I mean, truly, it was the best piece of meat I've ever
Wow.
had. Can you imagine what that bill was?
Oh man, I can't. How many people were there?
8 of us.
Wow. Jeez. It's
And he had hit. He's a poker player.
yeah.
And he had hit big. He had hit big. A big game. And
Wow.
he treated us all to this restaurant.
Jeez. I need to talk to him because I'm learning Texas Hold'em, and I'm not. I was doing really, really, really good, but over the past 2 weeks, I have not been able to win anything. I'm like, I don't know what it is.
He takes classes.
Oh,
He spent 6 months in Vegas with a guy that won the World Series of Poker.
yeah.
He won it 2 years in a row, and he bunked with him in his condo for 6 months learning how to play.
Wow. The first two.
He is a good poker player.
The first 6 weeks I played, I was doing really, really well. The last 2 weeks, I couldn't win. I can't win. I don't know what it is. Even when I had two aces in the hole, I lost. I don't understand how I went from I can't. I'm not a lucky person. I mean, I'm basically uh, skill is more than luck for me. But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing wrong that I just cannot win now. All of a sudden, I'm being swamped and losing. Even when I have a good hand, it's not good enough. And yeah, I
I'll get him on the phone with you,
yeah, I just don't
and you
know
can ask
how.
him what your next step should be.
Like I'm relatively conservative when it comes to playing too, because I pretend that that money's real, even though it's not. So
So here's the funny thing: he taught my daughter how to play,
okay.
and she beats him regularly
Oh
at the house. They have a game at the house once a month. They invite all their friends in,
wow,
and she beats him quite regularly.
that's funny.
And he's the professional.
Well, keep in mind though that he knows if he wants some, you don't win. You don't
You
win
don't
if you
win.
lose, or you lose if you win if in that situation. So I believe me. But I got to teach my girlfriend that if she keeps beating me in Blockus, uh, she's never going to get any. But I can beat her in chess with my eyes closed, and I
Yeah, well,
can't.
let's not talk about chess with you. I hated you.
You're not the only one. Balski's another one. Every time he almost beat me one time. He had a chance. He could have beat me. I saw the winning move. And I saw and I got out of the winning move because he didn't see it. And I ended up beating him. And it amazed me because I should have lost that. And I don't play anymore. I really don't play anymore because, it's just, I don't know.
What, you
I
got
played,
tired of winning all the time?
well, no, it's, if you don't stick with it, you don't, you never lose it, but you just don't have the awareness that you normally would have. You'd still be able to beat basic people, but I kind of gave that up because there was if you don't play on a regular basis, you're just not good. You're not going to make it to anything other than your friends or your former friends because they won't be friends with you anymore. So I I pretty much the only thing I play now is I'm good at blackjack. I love blackjack. Uh, Texas Hold'em, I just kind of figured I'd start playing because the game has a sister game. So I play the blackjack, then I play the Texas Hold'em. And I just thought I'd play to figure out if I knew how to play it or if I could be any good at it. But my real love is really in blackjack and Spanish 21 and stuff like that, the blackjack oriented games. So I don't know. It's just it's funny, but yeah, those were the days. But the nice thing is that you know, I, what my whole point is that the well, I guess going back to the food is that the person I was back when you know when I was younger, I would be doing everything as cheap as I could. And now I've gambled and played games that are where I was playing when I was playing my playing blackjack on a regular basis. Um, I would have maybe a hand that was um, I think the biggest hand I ever played was $1,200 in a hand. Uh, I can't I couldn't justify that when I was younger because I didn't have any money, so I was very careful with my money. I'm pretty careful with my money too now, but I spend it a little more freely than I did way back then. Uh, like my car, I mean, that would be nuts. I would have never, ever, ever dreamed of having a car that expensive when I was younger. So I just think I'm
And
very.
here I am. Here, Patty and I are looking for a $6,000 to $8,000 vehicle.
I have a
And
bicycle.
yours is what, 125?
Um, it might have been one. Might have been the first one was 150, and I think the second one was 125. And the next one's probably going to be around 80 or so, because like I said, they're dropping the prices of them. And you know, I just feel that as I have money for a change. I mean, I worked
Mike,
hard all
if
my
I had
life.
that money, I'd have a Tesla too.
Yeah, I
So
mean, I worked hard. I built myself up from the ground, and I'm not going to be able to take that money with me. So, you know, no reason to hold on to it. I mean, not I can't. I have no reason to not buy something I want because I'm not going to. I figure my dad died at 50. I'm already past him. So, my mom died at 80. I'm not near her yet, but the thing is, my finance guy, when I retired, I still have the same amount of money as when I retired because the money's making money by itself. It's great. Um, Through the years, here I am. What 8 years, 7 years later, and I still have the same money, same amount of money, because he's invested everything right, and that's taking money out every year. I still have the same amount, and that's what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to have through your finances, you're supposed to be able to spend money and get the money back. So I I feel really happy and I guess the word's blessed. But I also worked really hard to get what I have, and um, I don't know how I ended up here, but everything happens for a reason, and that's the best I can say for that. So, uh, I'm very thankful where I'm at in my life, and there's not much more I can say about it other than that sometimes the good guys do win.
yeah,
Speaking
they
of
do.
EVs, um, I think you'll find this interesting. My brother is an EV or is a Dodge person, and my sister is a Dodge person, and I know lots of people that are Dodge people. In fact, Lisa, the woman that almost drove me crazy, she's a Dodge person. And whenever actually when she and I were together, I used to always say to her, your Dodge can't. She had a Dodge Charger, and I said your car couldn't keep up with mine. She kept saying my car's faster than your car. I said no, it's not. Anyway, so what happened was we would never race because I knew that if I beat her, I'd pay for that for years. But I also knew that Dodge was coming out with an EV charger, and I happen to have a video of an EV charger against a Model Y. Now the Model Y is not my car, not as fast as my car. Uh, so I thought, well, okay, is the Charger going to be faster than the Y, or is the Y going to be faster than the Charger? What do you think?
I think the Y won.
Well, they're both electric, so that's the one thing to keep in mind.
Performing on the biggest stage
Oh
in the
shit!
world was just one
Shut up!
step in my journey.
Nobody cares.
Hi, I'm Ronnie.
Skip it. Okay, so here it
If this
is.
were NASCAR, you'd be fined for hitting the commit cone.
And the car looks pretty good too. I actually like the look of that Charger. That Charger looks pretty hot. But I don't know what the specs are on it. I don't know how big the battery is. I don't know how long it'll run. But it is an EV charger. And so here we get to see the runoff between the Y.
Michael, Michael,
Huh.
there's just not the same effect with two EVs drag racing.
You're only saying that because they're so quiet. By the way, we have the ability with our car to put whatever sound we want in the car. I have speakers on the outside of the car. I can actually have a sound of a running car. But anyway, here's the race between the Charger and the Model Y. And the Model Y, like I said, is slower than my car, but that's the one I'm thinking of getting. I think it's really, but like I said, I really like the size and the look of the Charger.
So Charger gave him the Y head start.
What they call the beat the bumblebee.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on.
But one thing I do like about the bumblebee is
Shit,
especially the
hold on.
badging on the side of the car.
Would you ask me now?
No, never mind. I see what they're doing now.
Okay, they're putting it up to the line.
Right.
Transformers. Logo on the side.
And it's interesting to see the LED lights on it, too.
I like it. Right on that.
Charger lost. Now the Charger's taking on a Ram, a Hemi. And I really think that's interesting because, you know, really, Dodge makes some really fast cars and fast trucks and stuff. And when you put a Hemi in a big old truck like that, you could take off pretty good. But here we go, I think. Well, I think they're next coming up. Hold on, I'm going to see if I can fast forward it a little bit. Here we go. Come on, get up there. Okay, they're bringing them up to the line there.
BMWs, you had like everything running on you. Whereas if you were to go to like
Here we go.
weekend racing Pomona, that's where you get like actually better than that, you go to a Wednesday night in Englishtown, you get the town cars. I had to race the county tour because when I was running the points of my car group, that's the same car I was talking about.
Here we go.
Not even a race.
Yeah, it's not. It's really not. But it shows you that Dodge electric car is pretty fast. So it was. I really found that was really. Yeah, you're looking at a difference of what, 3 seconds, and that's a lot in drag racing. So I think it's funny, but I really like the look of the Charger. It looks just like a Charger, but it has that LED front end on it.
I'm a Camaro guy.
Yeah. And once
So we're looking at cars today, and I'm in this lot, and it's an auction lot. You know, they're buying auction cars.
Yeah.
And resell. And I look and I see this Camaro, and I walk up to the guy and I said, "How much is that Camaro?" And he said, "Well, it's my dad's. It's not for sale." I said, "Well, just humor me. How much is it?" He said, $50,000.
Oh, is
and
it
I'm
new?
thinking to myself, what?
Is it new?
It's brand new. 50,000. And he said, I said to him, I know a guy that paid 150,000 for his car. Me to you. He said, "What did he buy?" I said, "A Tesla."
They're really.
I wonder how your Tesla would do against the Camaro.
Oh, it would blow it away. There's no doubt. See, the thing is, the reason why it would do well is that the Camaro is going to spin its tires. And while that Camaro is spinning its tires, I've got direct torque. I'm going straight to the front because I don't spin my tires. That's the way it works. I mean, electric cars don't have that. Plus, with the when you're talking about electric, you're pushing. It's like if you play with a drill. Okay, the further down you hold that drill, the faster it goes, and it goes instantly. That doesn't do that. The car spins its tires, or has to work its way up the gears and all that other stuff. You don't have that with electric. You go at whatever speed you want to go as fast as you can push that button. As fast. And the thing is, like on mine, there's and on that Y too, there's probably multiple settings. Like I have in my first Tesla, I had ludicrous mode. That was like 2.5 seconds, 0 to 60. So this one my new one has insane mode. It's not quite as fast. It's not. I don't think it's 2.5 seconds on my current one. I think it's 3 seconds on the current one. But I wasn't going for the speed because I got the same color and the same car. I figured everyone already knows from when I had the first one. You get better mileage on the ones that aren't as fast too. So mileage is more important to me than that. So that was the EV thing I thought was really interesting. Wow, we've had a lot of problems with airplanes lately. Did you see that we talked about last week the plane that flipped and went upside down?
Yep.
Do you realize Delta is offering them $30,000 for each person that was on that flipped plane?
I wouldn't take it.
I think it's really wild that they did that. But
That's because they know that they're going to get sued
Oh,
for
yeah.
a whole lot more than that.
Oh, definitely. Remember last week I wanted to play this one pilot who analyzed what happened to the plane.
Yeah, you played it.
Well, I couldn't play the one, but I can play this one, where it went upside down.
Oh, okay.
Most people have no
This is,
clue that in 2024,
This is really wild. His analysis of what happened is really on point. It's the same guy, and this one I actually have yet. So they haven't taken it down. I was really mad when they took that one down because I really thought it would be cool to explain to people what happened. But now you can actually see this one, and this one's really interesting. How that plane flipped. Do you have any guesses why it flipped?
Did the front end bounce?
That's not really why it flipped, but I will tell you, it makes sense, I guess, why it flipped. And seeing it flip, and we're gonna see it flip. Seeing it flip is a whole different thing. So yeah, we're gonna see it in just a second here. As soon as they get done with this commercial, which should have been done by now. I need to start doing this with an ad blocker so I don't have to see this stuff. Or else pay for the YouTube so that I can get it ad free. Oh, come on, this is a long ad. Come on. I don't care.
It's more like an infomercial.
Yeah, that should have been done by now. I'm going to probably end up paying for a subscription for YouTube because you can download stuff, you can do all kinds of stuff that you can't do if and you don't get the ads and stuff. So, okay, come on, shut up. Get done with your ad here. Okay.
knows about.
Oh, come on, shut up. How long is this freaking thing? I didn't see this. It didn't make me wait this long last time I watched it. Oh. Okay. Come on. Can I skip it? I don't think I can skip it. I hate this. Come on. We don't care about your free training. Get done. Okay, you should be done now. Oh, stop.
Oh,
3 bonuses. We don't care. Oh, come on.
that's where he makes his money. He makes it into bonuses.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're free too.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Don't go now. There's 6 more bonuses. Come on. Shh. Don't waste any more time. Hit the link. Okay. I promise to not hit the link. Okay. How long is this thing? This is
Hit the
long.
link, and I'll see you in the training.
Okay. It's not. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Hello?
Hello?
Where is it? Yeah, it says, okay, there's another ad apparently. People. Okay, this one better be the last ad. Oh, come on with these long ads. Okay, come on, come on, come on.
This is first class TV, buddy.
Yeah. Get this 31-day prayer guide. All right, all right. How many ads we got to watch? I didn't have to watch any ads upstairs. This better be the right one.
What's the difference between upstairs and here?
There's no difference. That's why I don't know what's going on. I don't understand. All right, come on. How many ads you got to do, or how long? Why are we doing these long ads? I bet you the more people that watch it, they probably throw more ads in there. All right, come on. If I hit that fast forward.
Okay, it's time. It's Michael. It is time for a free YouTube, for a subscription to YouTube.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that because we don't want to sit here. This is the most I've had to wait to do that. Okay, enough. I want to pray that this is over. We don't need 31 days for that. Come on, people. Anyway, well, we could have covered 3 other topics in the meantime. All right, let's see. Oh, your ad is really long. I don't want to touch anything because it might start it over. All right, come on, come on. Stop praying. I'm praying for this to be done. Oh, go, go, go. Come on. These are long ads. All right. Come on. All right. Now, that better be it. Hello? Come on. Are you kidding me? Oh, there he is.
Didn't even get time to change. I thought right here at the airport, I want to comment about what happened in Toronto. I've got some insight on what happened with the airplane. Let's start to take a look and dive into it right now.
Toronto Tower, Endeavor 4819, contact, Northwest 23. Endeavor 4819, Toronto Tower, wind 270, 23, gust 33, clear the line on rate 23. You might get a slight bump in the glide path. There'll be an aircraft in front of it. Clear the land, 23, Endeavor 4819.
Okay, we've got Endeavor 4819 is a CRJ 900, a very common airplane. There's a lot of them out there in service. Very, very reliable airplane. 76 people on board, 4 crew members, 80 folks all together. They've just been cleared for landing. They're lined up on runway 23 at Toronto Airport. The winds are gusty. They're kind of down the runway, but there's some right to left crosswind. That's going to be a factor here in a minute. Let's see what happens next.
Oh!
4543 ground, runway 24, don't call altimeter 2993.
Okay, let me pause it right there. So we have some incredible footage from another airplane that was filming just what they thought was going to be a routine landing. It ends up being a crash landing that incredibly all 80 people walk away from. That's the really good news about all of this. But what I observe initially is this. It's a gusty day. You can tell by the cloud formations. It's just one of those days where it's kind of, the winds are unpredictable. And I think the forecast was winds gusting up to 30 knots or more. This airplane comes in. It looks like it's on a normal glide slope as it comes in, but right at the very end, and we're going to reverse this in a minute, and we're going to play it back in slow motion. I'm going to analyze it for you. But right at the very end, the airplane dips to the right, the wing strikes the ground, and the wing departs the airplane, and the airplane rolls over. And you see fire here at this point It's going to get put out rather quickly between the snow and the fire crew getting out there in an incredibly quick time frame. But let me start it over here again, and let's go back over and let's take a look and follow this in slow motion, because I want to analyze specifically what I think caused this accident. Okay, here it comes in slow motion. The airplane is touching down. We'll stop it right there. You see on the right side of the airplane, there's a plume of snow coming up. That's not smoke. That's snow coming up. So that's the moment where the wing tip most likely touched and struck the ground. Now, I think they're still on the runway here. They could be just slightly off. There may be a little bit of snow on the runway, and that explains how that snow flume comes up. Now, as that happens, here's what's going to happen with the end of the wing. The wing is designed to take incredible forces from the wind, but it's not really designed to twist in a twisting motion like an aluminum can would. If you took an empty aluminum can and twisted it, it would torque and fall apart rather quickly. Now, this wing is super strong, but it's not designed to do exactly what it does next. The wingtip now touches down the ground. Why did that happen? Well, there's a couple of reasons. It was a hard landing. There's no mystery about that. Now, in the final analysis, when the investigators get done doing everything, they're going to tell us exactly why that wing dipped down and touched the ground the way it did. But we can obviously see from this it did. So it's a very hard landing, whether it was a gust of wind or it was just forced onto the runway for some reason. Once that end of that wingtip hits the ground, it's going to send a twisting motion throughout the entire wing, and the other end of the wing is attached to the airplane. So all that kinetic energy is going to go through to the other end of the wing, and it's going to cause a twisting motion at the wing root. And that wing root is what caused that wing to come apart. Let's follow this a little bit more. Super slow. It's still smoke. Now the fire begins to come out of the wing. The wing has obviously begun to depart from the airplane. The fuel is being let out of that wing. That's where most of the fuel is contained, in both of the wings. On landing, there's going to be less fuel than there would be on takeoff. So this is good news for these guys. Everybody's contained inside that fuselage still, which is really important. A little bit more. Now you see the airplane lurch up a little bit. All right, and on the far side of the airplane, you see what looks like the tail of the airplane. That's actually the left wing. It's starting to come up and look like the tail of the airplane. And as that left wing comes up, you can tell that the airplane is rolling. Normally, it wouldn't be able to roll because the right wing would keep it from doing that. So I think at this moment, what we're looking at right here is the right wing is actually detached from the airplane. This is going to turn out to be actually a good thing for the survivability of the passengers on board. Why? Because all that fuel is contained in that wing, and that fireball is going to go back with the wing and not with the fuselage. The fire is not completely out in the fuselage, but it's not nearly as bad as it could have been. Look at that left wing coming up right now. All right. The entire right wing now is gone. Look at the size of the fireball, but it's contained in that right wing, which is now disappearing behind the back of the airplane. Now you see this rolling moment because there is no right wing to keep the centrifugal motion from the airplane going over. Here comes the left wing. That's not the tail. That's the left wing. Here it comes. People on the inside now are beginning to roll. And as that whole airplane goes over, it looks like a big fin on the top. That's still the left wing. So as we see all that, now that airplane's going to roll all the way over. And this takes a matter of 2 to 3 seconds for all of this to happen. One of the things that takes place is that the tail of the airplane, which is normally sticking up in the air where the rudder is, it's now going to be upside down. When it goes completely upside down, it acts like a plow in the ground, or it acts like an anchor. And that's actually another good thing that happened for the folks on this airplane, because as it begins to dig in, it slows the motion of that fuselage, which is wanting to tumble. It's a good thing that fuselage didn't tumble 8 or 9 or 10 times, because it might have caused a lot more injuries. As it rolls over once, the tail digs in and it slows down to a stop. It does so in the snow and the dirt, which are all things that are going to suppress a fire. That right wing that had all the fuel in it, it's departed the airplane, and it's well behind them at this point. That's going to give them opportunity to get out of that fuselage. Remember, everybody is hanging from their seatbelts at this point, upside down. What a shock. Here you see the first videos of the outside of the airplane. You can see that right wing of the airplane is completely off the airplane, right? This is an incredible shot, and the fire crews are already out there. So this is about 90 seconds after the crash. The fire crews get out there immediately. They're blowing now this foam agent on top of the fire. And you can see how strong the wind is. Now, that wind direction that's blowing it over the fuselage that way was actually the direction that was coming that impacted that right wing when it dipped down and it touched the runway and it began that twisting moment. So, having said that, the winds were from right to left. They were really strong when these guys touched down. Now, let me comment on one thing here, all right? These people did not expect to be out in the snow and the blowing cold. They expected to be at the terminal about this time, greeting their friends and their family. So some of them are dressed for it, some of them are not. I want to talk to you directly about safety on an airplane. Folks, when you get on an airplane, think about this for a second. I don't want you to get scared. There's 10,000 takeoffs and landings a day, and this is a really safe way to go. But having said that, instead of dressing for your vacation destination in flip-flops and a halter top and shorts, dress to get out of the airplane in an emergency if you have to. Wear something that laces up over your feet. Wear jeans, wear cotton, wear a long sleeve, wear something that you can get out of the airplane in an emergency. These people needed to be dressed right. Of course, they were going to Toronto, so they're going to be dressed warmer, but imagine if they'd been going to Bermuda or the Bahamas, what they would have been dressed like trying to get out of the airplane in an emergency. One of the things that you see with the passengers is they don't know where to go because there's the flight attendants are all back on the airplane helping everybody get off. There's nobody really in charge, so they're going to kind of tend to wander. It's like a herd of cats all over the place. Eventually, the fire crew is probably going to get them in a safe location, but they need to be careful that they don't get run over.
So you get the basic idea is that wing, when they got gusted with that wing or with that wind, it flipped the plane and it broke the one wing off. And
That's incredible.
I mean, just in today's modern technology, you wouldn't think it would happen, but nature wins. So
I still wouldn't take the 30,000.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know. Hopefully,
Because that class action lawsuit is going to get them a whole lot more than 30,000.
yeah. Yeah, but that's an act of God. Would they really get anything for it? Would they get?
Pilot Air.
I mean, they might. It's hard to say. I mean, you're going to be waiting years and years and years to get that too.
Sure,
So-
because they're going to appeal it and appeal it and
Right.
appeal it.
And then they could declare bankruptcy or whatever it is, you know. Who knows? I just think it's really wild how that plane got pushed around that bad that it flipped the plane. Oh man, I wouldn't have wanted to be on it anyway. So, but regardless, yeah,
It is a God thing that people weren't hurt worse than what they
yes, pretty much, yeah. What did I have this for? There had to be a reason I had this. Divergent. What was that? Divergent. Neo-divergent. There was some reason I had this. I got to look this up to see why I had this particular article. This one. Got to figure out what it was. Backstage was looking for Neo-divergent. I don't remember what it is. They're paying $150 to $600. And I was trying to figure out what neurodivergent is. Do you know what neurodivergent is?
No idea, Mike.
Neurodivergent means having a brain that forms or works differently. The non-medical term also means people who are neurodivergent have different strengths. So they're looking for neurodivergent creators in Maryland. And so that means what is considered neurodivergent? Neurodivergent is autism, autism spectrum condition, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, Tourette syndromes, intellectual disabilities such as Down syndrome, learning disabilities such as dyslexia, dyscalculia, or whatever that is, dysgraphic and dyspraxia, mental health conditions such as bipolar disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, and anxiety disorders. And they're also looking for people with difficulty with social communications, that's me, speech and language challenges, when I have to talk about this is what I got, unusual responses to sensory input, unusual physical behaviors, inflexibility, intense interest in a particular topic or activity. The strengths of the neurodivergents are better memory, that's not me, ability to mentally picture three-dimensional objects easily, ability to solve complex mathematical calculations in their head, creativity, out-of-the-box thinking, highly observant, pattern recognition, enthusiasm, visual thinking, and resilience. That's what they were looking for on this on this project. Now, I don't know how many actors fit in that category, but that's where I found this ad. So I kind of thought that was interesting that they were looking for neurodivergent content creators.
Huh.
So, and oh, by the way, they were paying $150 to $600 depending on the duration. Oh, some of the things I find in that stuff is really amazing. Here you go. An 87-year-old widower goes viral hand-delivering party invitations that read, "From 4 p.m. until the cops arrive." I would think that would be our generation that would do that, but apparently this is for a guy that's 87. Oh man, that would be something I would have seen in college, I think. And here's one: a 94-year-old woman reunites with a toddler, now 66, that she saved from drowning 64 years ago. She recalls the hand of God in saving a baby from 1961 drowning. She's 94. She found a 21-month-old baby at the bottom of a backyard pool in 1961. That's crazy. Who would have thought that she would be 94, first off, and remember that? And 1961, man, that guy's 63 years old. Found that interesting. Then we have a 96-year-old who's been... okay. Next one is a 96-year-old who's been passing out treats to pets in his Arizona community for 23 years. See, these people in their 90s, there's a lot of things that they can do. They saved a kid in the pool, and they, just found that funny. And then we've got, this is kind of cool. Michelin-starred chef opens a restaurant in London staffed by people who have experienced homelessness. So he starts a restaurant, and has his restaurant staffed by people who have been homeless at one time or another. That's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool.
Then we got, there's a big big measles outbreak now down in Texas. Where's it at? Here we go. Where's it at? Take a deep dive. Wait, where's it at? Maybe it's there. When was the last time you heard of a measles breakout?
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. It says February. Oh, here we go. The Texas Department of State Health Services is reporting an outbreak of measles in the South Plains of region of Texas. At this time, 124 cases have been identified since late January. 18 of the patients have been hospitalized. 5 of the cases have been vaccinated, and the rest are unvaccinated or on their vaccination status, it's unknown. That's just crazy to think about. Like, last time I heard the word measles was a long time ago. There's actually in Gaines, Texas, there's 80 right there. Stay away from Gaines. Jeez. When was the last time you heard measles?
Been a long time.
Yeah. Just crazy stuff. Measles won't kill you, though, right?
No. But it's miserable.
Yeah.
I had the measles as a kid. It was miserable.
I never had the measles. And then, of course, there's whatever that thing that's going around now, the respiratory problem that there's going on right now. And that concerns me because I had respiratory problems, as you know, that almost killed me once. States most likely to legalize cannabis in 2025. Are you on the list? That's the question. Pennsylvania is on the list. By the end of it says earlier this month, Governor Josh Shapiro gave his annual budget address in which he called for marijuana to be legalized. And basically, we may be one of the states that you don't have to have a medical marijuana card to get it. New Jersey's like that already. New Hampshire's another one that's looking at it. Wisconsin. Those are the ones that are looking at possibly being legalized by the end of the year. So,
Ohio is legal.
is it? You don't need it? Do you
Yeah.
need a medical card?
Not anymore.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, a lot of people went out of business.
yeah. That's the thing about these, because when you buy it on the street, you never know what you're going to get. You never know what they
That's right.
laced it with or whatever. At least if you buy it from the state, you know you're going to get what you pay for. So there's a bid going on for Ohio governor. Who would that be? Who would you see as the Ohio governor?
Vivek.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I thought he was going to be senator, but he decided to be governor.
Yeah,
It was his choice.
is that the guy? Is that the guy that was running for president that we liked?
Yes.
Okay, I thought I recognized the name. That's why I brought his stuff in here. But
He's a billionaire. He is a businessman.
biotech and entrepreneur
Yes.
who departed the Department of Government Efficiency Initiative on President Trump's first day and launched his bid for governor. He's 39. Wow, that guy's young.
He's 3 years older than 4 years older than you have to be. You have to be 35 to run for president.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
You
So
gotta
you
be
think
35.
you think he's setting himself up for a presidential run?
Yeah. Not right away. He sees the writing on the wall that Vance is going to inherit the mantle.
I kind of
But he's got time. He's only 39.
yeah. Well, I kind of remember when he was in the debate that he actually stood out. So, yeah, I kind of like. I like the guy. America's dirtiest hotel chain has 115 locations. Do you care to guess what it is?
No,
You don't care to guess?
don't care to guess.
I was really surprised who it turned out to be. It is the Hampton Hotels.
The dirtiest.
The
Wow.
dirtiest, yes. I found that really interesting. Kind of figured that would, I never thought that would be one that would be considered the dirtiest. Let's see what else we got here.
What a claim to fame.
Yeah. Jeez. I could think of better things that I'd want to be known for. But Hampton, I always thought was a higher end hotel. That's why I was really surprised it was Hampton. Man accused of killing Salman Rushdie was found guilty. I don't think that's a big surprise. A Jersey man is convicted of attempting murder and the stabbing of Salman Rushdie.
You might need to explain who Salman Rushdie is.
What was his book? It was called, I don't remember what it was called. Shoot, I can't, do you remember the name of the book?
Nope, I do not.
Oh, shoot, I was hoping you'd be, all right, hold on.
Yeah, me too. I was hoping I'd be up on it. But
Well, let's see what it was called. I know it was a, oh, freaking A, I can't remember anything. I relied on you to do that. Hold on. He did the book was called freaking A.
Satanic Verses.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, so he was stabbed. The guy just didn't want it because of that book. I guess he wanted to kill the guy. So
Because he's an atheist.
yeah, and it seems to me that if you're a Christian or whatever, anything, you wouldn't want to kill somebody because, it's not good to kill people. But yeah, oh, so the story is, I forgot what we were doing. So he's convicted of it, and that was in 2022. I thought that was longer ago than that.
No, it's pretty recent.
Yeah, it was a lot more recent than I thought. Yeah. Well, we have that Jersey guy, and then we had what was it? The Pennsylvania guy that killed the guy that was in charge of U.S. Health or whatever. So, but yeah, I just don't get it. If somebody wants to write a book about whatever they want to write a book about, they could write a book about my mom's breath or something. I don't care. Write whatever you want. I'm not going to go to jail for somebody writing a book. The guy was 27. Jeez. Give up your life to be, you must be really, really into your faith, I guess. It says here, Jersey man convicted of attempted murder for stabbing author Salman Rushdie multiple times in a New York lecture stage on 2022. Why were you even out in 2022? There could have been, COVID. Jury delivered verdict of after deliberating less than 2 hours. Also finding Hadi Matar was his name, guilty of assault for wounding a man who was on the, I don't even know what to say that, Chautauqua institution stage with Rushdie at the time. Oh, so he stabbed more than one person. Or, he wounded, yeah, okay. It says Matar ran up to Rushdie as he was about to speak on August 12th, 2022, and stabbed him more than a dozen times before a live audience. The attack left the 77-year-old prize-winning novelist blind in one eye. Rushdie was the key witness during the 7 days of testimony, describing in graphic detail his life-threatening injuries and long and painful recovery. Matar, who stood for the verdict, looked down but had no obvious reaction when the jury delivered it. As he was led out of the courtroom in handcuffs, he quietly uttered "Free Palestine," echoing comments that he has frequently made while entering and leaving the trial. Speaking of what, we haven't talked about Palestine for a while. What's the current situation? I mean, I guess
There's a ceasefire.
yeah, there's a ceasefire. They're exchanging prisoners.
Prison.
I think they handed over a person and said that it was somebody who it wasn't.
Yeah, it was a mom and two young children who they strangled to death.
Okay.
They handed over the two children, but the mom was a Palestinian woman.
Okay.
They have since rectified that situation.
Okay. All right.
But it's hanging by a thread. It could break at any day. Israel could restart the war at any second. It's
Oh,
that fragile. The
okay.
reason that Israel does not do it, the reason they want to do it is because the Hamas makes a show of these hostages.
Okay.
It makes them wave. They make them kiss their captives. They make them act like it was the best thing in the world to be under their care.
Really?
And yes, it's disgusting. And it's and Israel's holding back because they want as many hostages as they can get
Right.
before they go back to war.
Jeez. I am so glad that I don't have to deal with that kind of stuff. Man, we live in a weird time. I really thought that it would be over. I figured, somebody would. I guess this war's gone on for a long time, so it's not going to just disappear. But
And Trump wants to make it into a Riviera resort area. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, but
Does it surprise you?
no, I
He
don't think.
wants to own it. He wants to own it and rebuild it, but he wants to rebuild it into a mecca because it has beautiful seashores.
Hmm.
He wants to turn it into a Riviera.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, that's Trump.
I wouldn't go there if you paid me.
No way.
I don't care how nice the
I've
resort
been to
is.
Israel, but they were at peace when I was there.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't
I
go
wouldn't
there.
go now.
I wouldn't go there. I don't even care for his peace. I wouldn't go. There's just no way. I don't trust anyone in that country or that area. So I don't know. Just crazy stuff. All right. Well, I guess I just realized that we're past 10.
Yeah, it's 10:05. Good show, though.
Yeah, we actually covered a lot of stuff that we wouldn't have normally done. I liked the.
Covered. Yeah.
It was cool. Let's see, what's this? What's that? Oh, okay. My number's gotten out there somehow. I've just got a picture of a. I don't even know who she is. That's weird. The new scam is they send you a text. I guess they sent it to everybody. The text I got was, "Hey, long time no contact. What are you up to? Is everything okay?" So I sent back. I usually just delete them because if I don't know them. Just out of fun, I said, "Who are you trying to contact?" She said, "I'm Lenora. Are you my friend Lily?" And she's a hot chick, so that means it's a scam. And I just figured it was. I was pretty sure it had to be a scam because I didn't recognize the number, but. You never know when somebody got your name as an actor and is asking you to do something, So I just figured I'd find out if she was really real or not. But the answer is no, she's not. All right, well, I guess next week we will convene with our fun and frolic.
Yep.
And
I'll be here.
yeah, and hopefully we can resolve those couple problems that I have ideas for. So
Okay. I'm game. End of the week, I'm free.
okay,
All day Saturday.
well, let's see if I can get myself freed up, and as long as everything goes well tomorrow, I figure Thursday I'll have to catch up on Wednesday, but maybe we can do something Friday if I get it.
Okay.
So all right, I
Good
will
to go, man.
let you guys go. I guess I'll let you guys go, and I'll talk to you later, Doug, and hopes that. I guess I can delete that. Oh, I had it here already. I already had that queued up. I queued it up ahead of time, and that's stupid.
Your producer sucks.
Yeah, I should fire that guy. Oh man. All right. Anyway, okay, there we are. All right. I will talk to you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, and yeah, try to be nice to your friends and enemies and all that fun stuff. And we'll talk to you next week. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Oh man, I'm getting old. I cannot seem to there. No, wait a minute, where is it? Oh, that's weird. Da 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 da. We're still the one. I don't even know where it's at. Oh man, I can't believe I actually.
Your intern who set this up for you
Yeah. Yeah,
is
that's
no
it.
longer working for us.
Yeah, that's it. Shoot, I don't know where it is. Wait a minute, hold on. I gotta think. Let's see. I gotta go to my videos, history. Not history. My clips, my liked videos, my videos. There we are. Outro would be what I think I called it. Hopefully. Come on. Jeez, this is slow today. All right, now put outro and hope that's it. I hope that's it. I hope that's what I called it. Oh, there it is. Ah, there we go. Okay, we got it.
See you, folks.
Now we're ready to go. Here we go. Oh, maybe. See you next week.
We've been together since way back when. She's gonna be with again. We are still the one with something to lose. Still the one that's gonna see you through. You're still having fun, and we're still the one.
Oh, I need to update